Hello, and welcome back to the 32nd verse of the Tao Te Ching. I will now commence reading this. Eternal Tao has no name. Although simple and subtle, no one in the world can master it. If those who rule could grasp it, everything in the world would honor them. Heaven and earth would join to rain sweet dew on the people, without a command being given. Rule is begun by naming, but naming can proliferate. Know when to stop. Know when reason sets limits to avoid peril. Imagine Tao's presence in the world. It flows like streams and rivulets into great rivers and the sea. Okay. Eternal Tao has no name. He's talked about this many times. It is there. It's almost like he's beckoning you to try and name it, because it is something. It does seem to exist, but you really can't pin it down. You really can't hammer it into place to fit your ideals. Although simple and subtle, no one in the world can master it. The Tao is simple. Yes, it is simple to do the right thing and to make progress, to follow the universal principle. But it's subtle. It comes in these small ways that are hard to pick up on, hard to, know when to move, when to act. It's subtle, it's nuanced. No one in the world can master it, okay? You can forever try, and that is something that is noble to do, to forever strive, to grow, to improve, to become more enlightened, more wise, more kind. But no one in the world can master it. You are forever a student. You are forever learning things. When you master something, you're only just then beginning the next level of it, right? When you learn how to sculpt a statue, you actually become more of a student and more of a beginner, because you're like, oh my gosh, there's this whole other aspect of sculpting I didn't even realize. I've been working with wood, sculpting wood. Now I'm working with stone. It's a whole other ballgame. So no one can ever master it. If those who rule could grasp it, the people in charge, the elites, the politicians, the people with lots of money, the influencers, everything in the world would honor them. It would in fact benefit them to grasp with the Tao. The people who have the most success, the most money, the most influence, the ones that are the very top, the very tip of the pyramid, they're the ones, in fact, who actually would benefit the most from sitting around and trying to grasp with the Tao, with this universal principle, with this simple and subtle principle, the eternal Tao with no name. So those guys with multi-million-dollar, hundreds of millions of dollars, busy with 15 jets in their garage at a private airport, they should probably be the ones who are tuning into my little YouTube channel with a fucking dozen subscribers and watching this video. Because that's the point. They probably could benefit from this, right? When they're getting so distracted with everything else, with buying, I need 5 more jets, 15 more cars, another $100 million. Dude, chill. You probably need to go back to what's simple. Everything in the world would honor them. It would get easier. Things would actually get better and easier. Heaven and earth would join. You have the opportunity to bring heaven to earth. If you're an influencer, if you have lots and lots of success, lots and lots of money, it would benefit you to try to get back in tune with some of these ideas. and actually bring heaven to earth. You could really bring a bigger benefit. The things would start to work with you even more so. To rain sweet dew on the people. Come on. You can provide a huge value for people. To rain sweet dew on the people by getting in touch with this. It's in your interest. Who doesn't you want to be like a real baller? What's more baller than raining sweet dew upon the people? Yo, they're going to love you. Things are going to get better for everyone. Without a command being given. You don't even have to like be screaming at your secretary and like fucking on your phone making 15 text messages a minute. Like, dude, you don't even have to give a command. If you lean into this principle, especially if you're already successful in the world, this is for you. Rule is begun by naming. Yes, there is a point where you do have to be like, I'm the one in charge. Start giving commands. This is my money, my house, da-da-da. You do have to start by giving commands. Yes, and a rule is begun by naming, so you do have to like name things and pinpoint things and organize things. But naming can proliferate. You can just get addicted to that. You can get obsessed with the naming, with the, oh, this is this kind of thing, and that's that kind of thing. And you just get these smaller and smaller groups of, I'm this kind of guy, you're that kind of guy, and that, know when to stop. Lao Tzu says, know when to stop. When you have $100 million and 15 houses and 25 cars, dude, enough. Can you do 10 push-ups? Does your family hate you? What's your diet like? You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to chill out for a minute and get back in touch with these kind of principles. Okay? Know when reason sets limits. Yeah. If you're worth $100 million and you're like stressed to the gills and you like can't find time to like speak to your 15-year-old son or something and you're like stressing out at Christmas time, dude, know when reason sets limits. There's a reason you have success. As Lao Tzu says next, to avoid peril. Know when reason sets limits to avoid peril. Yeah. There's a point when you are so successful or you have so much, reason sets limits to avoid peril. You don't need any more. Go back to what's simple. The Tao, it has no name, is simple and subtle. So you need to get back in touch with that, man. Okay. Imagine Tao's presence in the world. It flows like streams and rivulets. Imagine Tao in the world. It's everywhere. It's growing in the trees. It's in the rivers. It's in the streams. It flows like streams and rivulets. Check this out. Into great rivers and the seas. Okay? The Tao's everywhere. It grows into rivers and the seas. So the Tao is everywhere. You can get in touch with that. You can understand that. This thing is all pervasive. It flows like streams and rivulets, then into great rivers, then into the sea. This thing is everywhere. It's powerful. It goes out into the sea, mixes it up, goes into rain, falls, comes back. It's all encompassing. Okay? So, check it out. That was verse 32. I've got the first 31 already done on the YouTube channel. Check them out. Get yourself enlightened. Okay. Thanks for checking this out. And as always, peace out.